if you need to take a shot from, yeah, see if you can find something to shoot at. If it's a player, then he's gonna keep a low profile so I can get the fuck out of here. But see if I can find a zombie or something to shoot at. There's previously you could use the Atlas bipod for the Mosin. You can't anymore, unfortunately. But you can have this. This is a Mosin compensator. And if you read it, it does exactly what it says. When you fire off a shot with a Mosin, it's going to jump like this. And it's going to be really hard sometimes when you're shooting at something to see where the bullet landed. Because if you're not sure about the range, like you're in my situation right now, you just took a spot, you page up, you put it at, I don't know, maybe 300 meters. You take aim at something. What the fuck? Another one? Jesus. Don't interrupt my video, bro. Fucking... I knew it. Jesus. Hydrated, energized. I'm gonna get down and get some drink. This is not my day. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, when you... I'm just gonna have a drink and I'll show you. Man, this is not the best position. But it will do. Okay, so... when you're shooting something at this range, you don't know exactly what it is. Let's say it's 300. When you have the compensator on, the aim is gonna... the kick of the gun is gonna be smaller, and the aim is gonna come back a lot faster, so you can actually see your bullet, which is crucial. Let's see if I can take the wrong zeroing. It's more fun if it's a zombie, but then again it's gonna start running. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot just to demonstrate, and then I'm gonna run away. Okay, let's say I know for a fact it's not gonna be. This one might actually be. Let's say I put it on zeroing on 100 meters. Okay, and let's aim at that black thing there on the wall. Looks like a bullet hole anyway. Go front a bit, push down the grass, as I mentioned. Yeah, put it on 100 meters. I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna hold my breath when I take the shot. Taking the shot now, holding my breath. It was too close to see the shot, fortunately. So we can try it again. Yeah, you saw the dust over there. It hit too low. So let's up the zeroing a bit. 200. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, still too low. Whoops. Oh shit! At least someone heard me. Jesus. So yeah, that range is a little bit too close to be able to see how your shots take. It was a bad example from my side, I'm sorry. It's far easier to see it. But you saw, at least you saw the action of the weapon. You saw it jump up and down. If you don't have a compensator, it's even worse. I saw the dust particles when the bullets hit, but it wasn't easy to see it. So it's, yeah, again I apologize. But you get the idea. So what you could do with the Mosin and with the compensator, etc., is that you can actually change your zeroing in the fight, or simply use the first shot as a reference. So when I shot zeroing in the weapon at 100 meters, it basically hit too low, which means that you have to aim higher or manually zero. But these are very situational, it's very strange situations. Like I wouldn't recommend getting into one of those spots yourself, actually. Because when you're carrying a Mosin with a scope, you want to be a sniper and play as a sniper, which means that you fire, change position. And when you fire and change position, my best strategy is if I fire from here, shooting at the target like 400 or 500 meters in front of me, they're most likely going to head in my direction. So what do I usually do? I go back and I go around and then I, like, from that tree line, and I camp. Whoops! I camped the distance between the target that I shot at and the position where I just was. And why am I doing that? Because if they come looking for you, you get a second chance to get them. And if you miss then, just do it all over again. Shoot and move, shoot and move, shoot and move. Don't be stationary. So always make sure that you have a good exit strategy from your sniping position. Now I'm gonna go and take. I'm gonna go back to the airfield actually. I know it's not the smartest move considering that I just fired a few shots, but I still want to give you guys some input. Let's see. I'm gonna go in here and have a drink. I don't mind being a little bit patient in this area because we're not the only players out there. Might be people fighting and shooting, and yeah, I don't mind having them letting me know that they're here. Then again, I kind of want to keep it low profile when I'm here. Something's up with my view. What's up? There we go. Looks like it got stuck somewhere between yeah, the zoom and so forth. See if we have any guests at the airfield today. Now, I generally don't want to shoot people on sight, so I'm not gonna. I might take a shot next to them or something, so you could at least see how to. You can use your imagination and steer the bullet onto the player. Or if I'm actually gonna shoot, depends. I'm gonna see what type of people I'm gonna encounter over here. The reason why there's a lot of love and hate for snipers in real life, in games, in DayZ. A lot of people think that they're annoying, and they are. I mean, if we were gonna ask a philosopher, what is the most cowardice way to kill somebody, I would say they would probably say it's poisoning and sniping, because you really don't give your victim a chance to defend themselves, and you don't put yourself at any risk. So it's I don't think that William Wallace from Braveheart, if he lived today, would use a sniper weapon, with good cause actually. The reason why I sometimes take up the sniping is because, well, I really love ballistics. I love what they did with this game. I love the fact that bullets travel. If you play Call of Duty and that kind of games, or Counter-Strike, you basically know that when you shoot somewhere, that's exactly where the bullet is going to hit. But DayZ is made out of Arma. Arma is in fact meant to be a military simulator. So they actually took the time, not with DayZ, but with Arma, to put in real ballistics into the game. For those of you who aren't that familiar with firearms, it basically means that the bullet has a curve. So from when it leaves the muzzle of your weapon, it's gonna bend actually. Yeah, a big curve. And that puts in a whole level of realism in the game. Because you can't just aim your crosshair like this white thingy here and just spray from the hip and hit, you know? You actually have to have take range into calculation. Now, why am I? Why do I like to snipe? Why do I like to go this way? Well, first of all, it's a survival guide, right? And to be able to survive, you need to be able to not die. That's basically what survival is. So the likelihood of you dying is smaller if you're kitted out as a sniper, because you can take people out from range. The main reason why I prefer playing like this is because I like playing with people. I like playing with my friends. And when they play DayZ, they want to get good gear. They want to survive. They don't want to get shot by snipers or players or anything like that. So Basically what I do is maybe I take up a position like this on airfield. I'm not gonna go here by myself as I'm doing right now. This is just to demonstrate. I'm not gonna go here open a fucking can of Pringles, get Coca-Cola and sit there for an entire day waiting for players and snipe them. There are people that do that. I'm not gonna judge you, but for me, that's not how I want to play. But if one of my friends wants to get loot, he wants to, yeah, pick up some good stuff. If he gets killed, he doesn't have any stuff, and my friend is not gonna enjoy playing the game. So how do I increase it? Well, simply by being able to cover my friends. If they want to go to the barracks over there, well, I can scout it. I can sit here and I can wait. If I see a player, will I shoot him? No, I won't shoot him. I'll tell my friend that we have company. Somebody's coming. Which gives him the time to prepare what he wants to do. Maybe he wants to talk to him. Maybe he wants to ask him if he's friendly, etc. So yeah, this gives, for me anyways, it gives a good comfort level. But this was the first playstyle that I tried to master when I was playing the DayZ, the mod. Was learning how to shoot from great distances, how to zero, how to find the correct range, practicing on, yeah, you know, how to become a good sniper. And it pretty much transferred over to this game. It's basically the same rules. It's not the same weapons, but they behave kind of similar. My favorite weapon back then was the DMR, actually. Not because it was best, because it was yeah, the easiest to find. So from experience, I know that the distance to this building is 400 meters. So if you're going to shoot something at this range, 400 meters, this is where you want to be. There's a lot of loot up there. If you want to kill somebody, they're going to kneel down, they're going to stand, and they're going to stop, and they're going to look at their loot. Just like they did in the previous video. You know that guy that was up there, axing with the zombie? Well, from this range, since I know the range, I would most likely take him out. This building, same principle. It's a lot of loot and stuff, people run up and they're gonna stop somewhere. Do I shoot people running here? Well, I have done so in the past because I want to practice my shooting at moving targets. This is a good location. Like I mentioned, the windows, people are gonna come in here. You know when you see a player down here that, okay, he's gonna come up here and he's gonna stop and he's gonna loot something. You can hold your breath. And you can take a shot if that's your play style. At least you know how to do it. Barracks, you could shoot through these windows previously, but they made a change with one of the updates, so the meshings, whatever they call it, changed. So you can't actually shoot people through the windows anymore. I tried. One way that you could do is, if you want to hold a position and you want to create what I call stopping points. Stopping points is when you know the player is going to stop. This is about 470 meters, same here. Inside there is about 490 meters, so if you're zeroed at 400, aim high. There's a few loot spots in there that also creates a reason for player to stop. If you want to make a stop location over here, you could go in, have your friend loot the barracks, you cover him, and then you have him close the door, and then you have him lock the door with the lockpick. If you have the lockpick in your hand, you scroll lock door, then it's going to create a moment where the player is super sneaky, he runs, hides, he goes up there and tries to open the door, and it's going to have one of those 1 second long what the fuck moments before he can actually click again and open the door, which gives you a good firing opportunity. This is, if I can correct, about 370 meters. And that is what you want to do. Like, you find a place that suits you, what I would like to call, yeah, a sniper spot, a place where you can cover a huge area, help your friends to scout it out, or be able to shoot players. Yeah. And in the beginning, when I started playing DayZ, the mod, I had a pen and paper with me. So I did take a few notes from some of the positions that I thought was good, so that I knew all the different ranges, etc., etc. Yeah, that's all I can think about now, actually, when it comes to sniping. If you guys have any questions, if there's anything you want to know, let me know. And yeah. There is actually one more thing that I wanna discuss when it comes to camouflage. The player that I killed earlier on the airfield, who had the meshing for the weapon you can see over here, and that had the ghillie hat, ghillie hood actually. Now I don't want to accuse anybody for duping or anything like that, but there are ways to craft ghillie stuff like this weapon cover, the hat. You can make a top that is gonna cover you in. You're gonna look like I do in my head, but your whole body is gonna give you great camouflage. It's, however, gonna take up your backpack slot. I think I mentioned that previously sometime. How you craft these is that you need to find burlap sacks. Once you have the burlap sacks, you use a knife or you use the machete to make burlap strips. And once you have burlap strips, you need to find fish nets. And I've read a little bit about them on the forums, etc. And they say that the fish nets spawn like one fish net for every server restart. And there are really small, kind of hard to find fishing boats. There are a handful of them on the southwest coast, some close to Cherno, some to the east, and some on the northeastern part of the map. I would call it basically the armpit of Chernerus, where they can spawn. So for a player to actively farm for them, they need to be first on the server, be at the right location, and just basically stumble upon them. And depending on, you use one fish net for every part. However, the burlap strips, the amount of them that you use is what's going to determine what part you're going to make. If it's going to be the weapon cover or the hood, and so forth. So when I see this, I'm not going to accuse anyone. Maybe that guy that I killed, that I looted this off, maybe he killed somebody who had this stuff. But I've seen people with full ghillie suits, and the probability of one guy finding all that net, it's so ridiculous that I have to assume that yeah, it's duping is involved. I really can't see it any other way, unless, like I said, someone has been farming for I don't know, days maybe. I tried a few times server hopping between those both locations on fresh server starts, and I didn't find anything. So I assume they're very, very, very rare. Hopefully they're gonna change that, so it's gonna be easier to find them in the future. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the ghillie suit and how to make it.